Hey, Facebook, YouTube, Fuck Your Scenes, and Compare MIDI, side I get this on. This is Kevin Span again. Tonight I'm with Jerolyn.
Woo! What's up? I like how the vacuum cleaner is like chilling.
It's a legitimate member of Jerolyn, yeah. Gotta have something to clean us up.
Okay, well, a lot's changed since last time we hung out. Well,
pretty much everything except me in here.
Yeah, pretty much.
So hopefully everybody knows y'all by now. Why don't we introduce everybody else?
That's where you're supposed to say your name. That's where you say your name.
I'm the vocalist.
And you tell people what you do, and you know.
I scream, I get drunk.
Oh, this is your first one, isn't it?
That's about right.
That's about right.
My name's Jesse Bauer and I play bass.
I'm Brad and I play drums.
Brad, you're
Yeah.
familiar. Were you in like some shitty pop punk band for a while?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember talking to y'all.
Just introducing like a boss.
Yeah, really.
So it's about the new album we're doing.
New album. We I don't know when we after we did Odessa, we had some obviously had some member changes and a bunch of new stuff. We were just kind of regrouping and getting together and jamming with all these new guys and stuff and trying to just fill it and figure out where we were going with it and everything. And it just kind of anytime you interject like 3 or 4 new people into something that you've had going for years, it's gonna take a like really hard different direction. It's just gonna
It's
happen.
kind of funny because it really didn't take that different and hard of a direction
It did in a lot
certain
of
ways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did in a lot of
certain
ways. So
I just have to
that
be
was kind of
sarcastic
neat,
on this.
because it kind of felt like a new band, but it wasn't, but it was, so it was kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know. I just did what I do. I just watched a lot of anime and just kind of took it from there and figured out where I was going to go with the, figuring out. I always like to write like in groups of things. Kind of. I guess you could say like concept albums and stuff like that. I don't know. I get on a bench and I'll just sit down and just write and write and write and write and write and.
Where have I heard this before?
Probably the last time we did an interview.
6 months ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago. And so, yeah, that's kind of just, what I did. And, me and him, we just collabed on the lyrics and kind of brought the whole thing together.
So, what's the loose concept for this one?
Baby girls. That's my concept.
Fan service.
That's what's on the shirt, right?
Yeah, that's my concept.
Anime bitches. No, I've been watching a lot of sci-fi stuff like Blade Runner and like Ghost in the Shell and Casher and Sins and a lot of anime and like old sci-fi movies and stuff like that. And I kind of started seeing this like kind of theme going out through all of them, like machines and
tentacle rape.
tentacle rape. Yeah.
We did not have any of that happen.
Next album, tentacle rape. Next album, tentacle
But yeah,
rape. But
machines versus humans. And
yeah, the
where
whole-
the
Tentacle
lines
rape,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, tentacle rape.
the whole
Where the line is.
whole machines kind of coming into their own like sentientness, kind of like developing their own personality and the way that they
Self-awareness.
dealt with it and the way that it affected them. So it was kind of neat watching all these different movies and shows and kind of seeing that and kind of relating it to how as we as people as we get older we like start to grow up and stuff, how we kind of like come to terms with our own like existence and our own like ideals on things. So it was I was kind of able to like relate that to like my own life and stuff like that. So it was kind of a neat concept to me. So I don't know, I just felt compelled to write about it, but kind of like mask it with this cool like anime machine end of the world kind of thing. So it was kind of cool.
That's kind of cool,
As far as the music aspect of it, I want to do something. Me and Mono got together and started writing and jamming, and especially when Jesse got into the mix and started just adding like really good bass stuff. What we're doing, just really good like melodic stuff. It just kind of
Driving.
yeah, it just kind of took off in a more melodic direction, just less atonal like chuggy deathcore stuff.
Shitty deathcore, yeah. Which I love. I fucking love.
Dude, I love shitty deathcore.
I do too. I listen to it all the time.
But I don't know, we've done that in the past, and we just kind of felt like, this was a little more evolved, and so I always wanted to take it in a more what we felt was a more musical direction and just
We said fuck it, we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more like riffy, more kind of I guess like metal, I guess kind of going
Yeah.
on. Yeah, definitely.
We use a lot of different effects and layers and stuff like that, and so it was a really cool process. I thought it came together like very smoothly.
Yeah, except for the hundreds of hours in the studio. That wasn't smooth at all, but
It was a lot of touch and go. Like it was a lot of like,
Yeah.
let's see how this works, and kind of like we built the album kind of like
One of the,
off of trial and error.
yeah, trial and error.
One of the cool things too about like recording yourself, not going to a big studio. We've done that before, and it was really cool. And we had a great time. But one of the cool things about recording yourself is you can take your time. You can sit back and like listen to what you've done and go, okay, well, what if we did this, and what if we did
And
this,
it'll
and
drive you fucking crazy.
you really have the opportunity to like really critique what you're doing and take it where you want to go and really like I don't get in depth with it as opposed to you're going somewhere and you're like, all right, we got like 4 days at this studio, we gotta knock this shit out and just like hammer it out and do it.
So we
But
just spent our life savings.
yeah. So
It's cool being able to sit in a studio and kind of like work on something time and time again and get it just right.
do like different versions of things, do multiple versions of things, and sit there and listen to them and say, okay, we like the way we did these vocals better, or this bass line better, or this drum thing better. You have like 3 or 4 different options, and you can really go through and pick what you like the best. So
Yeah.
it was a really cool process.
You had a lot of things to choose from, like saying as far as the development of the songs and the album went as a whole. And even it tied into like the way that the album was written and the concept behind it. We actually wrote those songs to make sure to cover all the bases.
Yeah.
And another cool thing I like about it is like, as far as a musician standpoint of it, I really felt like the parts that I was playing was lending even towards like the idea.
Yeah.
It's just not like, oh, this bass line, blah, 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 whatever. It's kind of like in my mind, it would seem like that would probably be like the most fundamental thing to it. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to write the parts to invoke emotion on like
to fit. Like the music and the lyrics kind of came together, not just like
Almost
we wrote a bunch of music, we wrote a bunch of lyrics, let's put them in, and it all kind of feeds off each
they
other.
almost gravitate around each
itself,
other, kind of, for sure.
So, for about watched this, never heard y'all before, how would you describe Ruin and the band's newer sound?
Oh man,
Progressive melodic deathcore light. Progressive melodic deathcore light. It's like ordering cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's got, because like for example, in one of the songs we have Dune, the whole first like minute and a half of the song is just like straight
Grind.
death metal. Just,
Oh yeah.
So it's I think and we're back. All right, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Your sound.
Sound.
Oh, yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Very, very
Keanu
strong
Reeves, we were talking about Keanu Reeves.
Grindcore.
Keanu Reeves. Dylan doesn't know this. Keanu Reeves.
You're talking about, I think
Sorry, bro.
Dune, like
What?
the death metal.
Keanu Reeves is gonna be our new
we were
theme,
talking
sorry.
about Dune and how the entire first half
Death
of the
metal.
song
Oh, yeah.
was just like
But yeah, I don't know. So we kind of played around with going. We had a lot of different elements on it, so it does have that mix of like you got your death metal stuff, like really fast paced, and then it breaks down, real melodic and flowy and whatnot. So I guess
The whole development has been a huge effort to really develop and find our own sound. Like,
'cause you've got songs like Ruin that are riffy
Yeah,
and elaborate and long.
but definitely not trying to stick to just one kind of like pop kind of thing.
I'm going to make a bold assumption here. I'm going to say it's like a mixture between Deer and Grey and All Shall Perish. Is that accurate?
I think it could be.
Can we
I think
find
it
that?
could be.
That was some
Okay.
direction that we went with it,
Okay,
as far as
yeah.
influences for sure.
Yeah, I think that was what we were listening to.
Okay, that works. That works for me. So yeah, I get kind of like a melodic, progressive.
Wow. We're that pretentious.
We are melodic, progressive metal deathcore.
Like
Yeah, sure, why not?
Like,
menthol.
Like.
menthol deathcore.
Bud Light Platinum Supreme 55, like.
give me
Yeah.
a Newport.
Yeah.